All right, welcome everybody. I'm going to do a special video here. I'm sure many people here, not only in the United States of America, but all over the world, I know we're watching the national elections that happened last night and continued a little bit here this morning. Before I get into talking about, who's won and how much and all that stuff, we'll keep the video kind of short here. One of the big differences between 2024 national election and the 2020 was, well, first of all, we didn't have COVID and all the lockdown nonsense. And we didn't, because of, and there were some changes to some of the laws in some of the states. It was harder for, quite frankly, for the left to abuse drop boxes like they did in 2020. And there was, some regulations and laws put in place that made it harder for them to drag the election counts out for days. Though they could have still done it if they wanted to, right? Especially down there in Georgia. So we're gonna talk about this in Georgia. Donald Trump. First, we'll talk about the presidential election. We'll touch on the other ones too, the Senate and the U.S. House. In Georgia, he flipped Georgia here. I'm looking at the Reuters website. Reuters is, guys and gals, if you don't know, they lean pretty hard left. Most media and propaganda outlets today lean hard left. Reuters is no different there. They're pretty shady. So for them to report this election the way they did is a little bit shocking. But Donald Trump won Georgia by more than 2%. And he flipped that state. Some of you are probably familiar with Fani Willis down there, the DA, the district attorney in Fulton County. And she's having a rough go. She might even do some prison time eventually, maybe not. But that case against Donald Trump is officially going to go away. I just don't see it happening. It went to the appellate court. I think they were in Georgia, and they told Fani basically, stick her where the sun don't shine. So she's done. She may face criminal charges and go to prison. We'll see how that turns out, for abusing U.S. tax dollars, federal tax dollars, and some other shenanigans that happened down there. So she might get her comeuppance eventually. If you don't know who there's these two black ladies back in 2020, just touch on Georgia here real quick, that a lot of people saw them, as most of America did, pull out boxes from underneath a table at 3 a.m. in the morning, whatever it was, and basically cheated back in 2020. If you didn't know, recently they were literally rewarded for cheating. They won a $160 million lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani for slander. Yeah, $160 million. The man literally has to sell property and some other stuff and give over family heirlooms and all that to enrich their lives, because, those poor little babies, their lives were ruined when he told the world that they had cheated. Yeah, that's how the left works, guys and gals. They literally reward people that help steal an election. Disgusting. Okay, the other big news is he literally flipped Pennsylvania here. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not expect Donald Trump to flip Georgia and Pennsylvania, but he flipped Pennsylvania, won by over 2% there as well. And the other shocker is he flipped Wisconsin. And Michigan right now, 99% of the vote is in. He's up by 1.6%. I have no idea why Reuters hasn't said he hasn't won this. I guess they just stopped updating their map because she can't win it. So he's also won Michigan. Pretty sure she can't win it with only 1% of the vote left. So the man, we'll look at a spreadsheet here in a second, but the man didn't just win. He won in a landslide victory, guys and gals. He absolutely crushed it. Over in Nevada, we got 93% of the vote is in. He's up 51.5% to her 46.8. She doesn't stand a chance, I don't think, to win there. I'll be shocked if she wins. In Arizona, we have no idea whether he's going to win or not. Arizona's, you got that Maricopa County thing going on. Looks like they're going to drag out counting the ballots down there for days. This is how Arizona functions. They're a bunch of sleazeballs down there in Maricopa County. They're always doing sleazy things. So who knows, that actually could go Kamala or however the hell you say her name. She may be able to win Arizona. He was won Alaska. They've already called it 55 to 40% there. So guess what? We'll take a look at the spreadsheet here in a second, but this is a landslide victory for Donald Trump. It wasn't even close. It was close in a couple of the swing states, as far as he only won by 2% or 3%. But overall electoral college votes, he crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Completely unexpected. I'll be honest. I did not think he was going to get back into the White House. I'm glad that he did, because obviously I'm a conservative. I'm a Christian. I don't make any bones about it. I don't care if people like me or not. But I actually thought they were going to do everything in their power to steal this election. So I'm a bit shocked that he not only won, but he won in a landslide victory. Awesome, as far as I'm concerned. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet real quick, then we'll talk about the Senate and the House. All right, here's just a quick spreadsheet that I put together. It just has the states, has presidential election only here, Trump, Kamala, and the electoral college votes. I'm not going to go through all of them, obviously, but I am going to touch on a couple key spots here. Georgia, where he flipped, he picked up 16 electoral college votes there. Huge win in Georgia. Just absolutely massive win in Georgia. And then shocked me, Michigan, he won 15 electoral college votes there. Did not expect him to win Michigan, even though Reuters for some reason has a problem officially saying he won. It looks like to me he's won it there when all the votes are practically in. The next big shock, and this one probably shocked almost everybody, was Pennsylvania, where he beat her by over 2% and flipped that state. 19 electoral college votes. That pretty much did it. I was up pretty late last night watching, and he was at like 266, and you only need 270 to win. And I was just, Pennsylvania was right on the edge, like at 93%. We were all just kind of waiting to see, and boom. I think it was CNN, actually, believe it or not. If all places, CNN, gosh, Lord help us, CNN, actually declared him victorious in Pennsylvania. And I knew right then and there he had won the presidential election when he took Pennsylvania. Just amazing. The man's won all these swing states. And then Wisconsin, as you can see here, he took Wisconsin, flipped it. It was much closer in the end, 49.6 to 48.8, so he won by less than 1% there. But he was winning by, gosh, 2, 3, 4% for a while there. Okay, I think I'll be honest with you, I actually literally think there was some cheating in some of these states. I'm serious. I think there was some cheating in some of these states, especially like in Pennsylvania. Some people were caught cheating, doing some serious cheating up there. But he won so many votes overwhelmingly. I don't think they could overwhelm his victory. I think that's what happened here. So I'm calculating that he's going to have 312 electoral college votes to her 226. That is a massive, nearly 28% difference. And he absolutely dominated this election. Okay, let's go check a look at the Senate and the House, and we'll finish up the video. Okay, here's the Senate map again on Reuters. Right now, the Republicans have taken over the House, 52 seats. Give me 1 second here, get my dot figured out. Yeah, 52 seats by the Republicans. Democrats at 42. Democrats lost 3 seats. Republicans have gained 3. But guess what? I don't think this is over yet. And I think the Republicans might actually pick up 1 more seat. And that could be, see, Tim Baldwin is winning in Wisconsin. He'll probably, yeah, looks like he's won it there. Michigan, looks like the Democrat is going to win there. Though it's close, but I'm pretty sure they're going to win it. But this is the one that's super close. Dave McCormick looks like he might beat the incumbent in Pennsylvania. It's 49.1% to 48.3. So he's got, not quite 1%, but it's really close there. Dave McCormick in Pennsylvania could literally flip that state for the U.S. Senate. And if he does, that would be 53 seats for the Republicans. Another one is in Nevada. Now this one's super tight, even tighter. It's 47.3% to 47.2. So it could go. The incumbent there is Jackie Rosen, I think her name is, or Rosen. She is the incumbent, a Democrat, and he's barely beating her, and 88% of the vote is in. So it could still flip back Democrat, but at the moment, Sam Brown is winning that state. So if Pennsylvania and Nevada hold their advantage, the Republicans, the conservatives, guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy with Republicans. A lot of them are just rhinos. I don't really identify like 100% with the Republican Party because I'm a conservative, and I don't believe the Republicans represent conservatives very well. I'm just going to say it here. You got so many rhinos in the Senate and the House; it's ridiculous nowadays. They're just really like more Democrat than they are Republican. They're just kind of wolves in sheep clothing. But in any case, Republicans could pick up 54 seats in the Senate, which would be that's not a majority, a super majority by any means, but it's significant enough to where they could weather the storm in 2026 when you have the other half of the Senate elections that come up in 2026. So that's pretty big for the U.S. Senate. Looks like the Republicans could even pick up more seats. Okay, over to the House. Right now, Republicans have 203. Democrats 181. You got to get 218 to get the majority. The Republicans have picked up 3. Democrats have lost 3. Okay, and it's hard to say right now because there's over 500. Was it 535 or 538? I can't remember how many seats there are. There's quite a few seats, so this one's much more harder to forecast. But at the moment, it looks like Republicans are going to pick up at least a few seats and extend their majority in the House. Okay. So we'll see how that goes. There's still a little bit more to go in some of these states. So overall, guys and gals, looks like to me that not only did Donald Trump crush it in a landslide victory for the president, but it looks like conservatives, if you want to call some of these rhinos conservatives, but the Republicans are sweeping the nation. It's been a huge, huge victory for Republicans across the entire United States. President, Senate, and House. Absolutely huge. So I'm going to finish up the video with saying this, a couple hot topics that I think we're going to see implemented in the first year or two with Donald Trump in the White House. First, he's going to close the border, and the southern border. He's going to shut all that down. And you're going to see a massive deportation effort happen across the United States. I could easily see them getting together a 100-man armed team, U.S. Marshals, whatever it takes to track these people down and get them out of the United States. That's going to happen. The other thing I think is going to happen, we're going to see some massive arrests. There was a lot of lawlessness, guys and gals, that has gone unchecked here in the United States. And I think we're going to see some significant arrests by the Department of Justice. Of course, Donald Trump's going to clean out the DOJ and the FBI. That goes without saying. The FDA is going to be overhauled because Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to take over the health. And it's about time, guys. I'm just going to be blunt here. The FDA and CDC were absolutely horrid for 4 years. Ridiculous how they colluded with Big Pharma, especially on the vaccine thing for COVID. But RFK Jr. is going to overhaul all of that. And we're going to see some big changes. The FDA... There could be arrests there in the FDA and the CDC. I mean, there were some serious crimes committed by these people. So that may actually happen. I think there'll be other arrests too. The George and Alex Soros NGOs, I think there's a decent chance they're going to raid them. They're going to raid those NGOs and take them down. And we'll see if they bankrupt the Soros boys. They deserve it. The other thing that Americans don't realize, and this is never hardly ever talked about, is there's been massive human trafficking across the border, both in men, women, and children. I don't even want to tell you what's been going on with these children. It is nasty. I mean, despicable, evil, nasty stuff going on with these women and children. Okay, they're doing, you can fill in the blank. It's been bad. There's going to be a lot of arrests, guys. There's going to be people going to prison. There might even be some death sentences because they did some nasty things to these kids. So a lot of women, too, have been forced into prostitution. They came across the border. And, of course, some of the men have been forced to do labor. And there's been quite a few murders. Quite a few murders that have gone unchecked. So the big picture here is there's going to be a huge facelift across the United States of America. It's going to happen. And then we haven't even begun to talk about the other things that are going to be implemented. Gas prices are probably going to go down to like below $2 because you can guarantee Donald Trump's going to drill. he's going to go back to domestic oil because guess what? We have plenty of oil in the United States of America. So he's going to stop that stupid nonsense of buying oil from the Middle East. Also, we have a massive lithium find that just happened in Arkansas. It stretches from Texas all the way to Florida, but there was a big find in Arkansas. We are literally going to be the lithium mining ore capital of the world. We don't need China anymore, guys and gals. A huge change here in the United States. Of course, that's going to make Elon Musk super happy because now he can make batteries here domestic USA. Trying to think a couple other things that stand out to me that we're going to see change here in the U.S. Those are the big ones that really stand out to me right now. There's some other things that will come to light. There's going to be some serious changes in the criminal justice system. Guarantee it. There's going to be some serious cleaning of house. The Democrats, the Marxist left, they should be prepared to see some serious arrests across the United States. It's going to happen. So just keep your eyes out for that. I don't think Trump's going to play nice. He's going to try to unify the nation, of course, but there's going to be some arrests and maybe some big ones. All right, that's it. Talk to you all real soon again next time.